Different shows demand different rehearsal processes. Sometimes a show is incredibly character-based and we'll spend a lot of time concentrating our efforts upon the text and upon the detail of what each individual character wants in the action, their backstory and stuff like that.
Absolutely. I've been giving it some serious thought and I've had an idea.
Go on then.
You need an angle. Something that people want, really want.
Dolly has some of that, of course, but it's also a big technical construction. It's a mixture of songs and action, and there's masses of logistics of how we move the actors around the space and how we tell the story. And so the rehearsal process for Dolly has concentrated a lot initially on the mechanics, on helping the actors find their way through the story at a technical craft level. Obviously we start with a read-through, and as much as anything, the first day of rehearsals is really about just getting to know each other, establishing working relationships. Every actor will tell you it's a nerve-wracking day, and my job is to make that day as unnerve-wracking as possible. And ideally what I always try and do is make sure that people head off at the end of the first day of rehearsal with a sense of what they've let themselves in for, the style of the show. In addition to work with our musical director, obviously there have been specific rehearsals which are looking at the scenes, looking at the acting material within Dolly. And the starting point for that will be me and the actors looking very carefully at the text and discovering what's going on within each given scene, and then as quickly as possible with this show getting it up on its feet and letting the actors speak those lines, discover what the physical relationships between them and the other actors are. And we spent a lot of time doing that, and then really it's up to the actors to head off, learn those lines, and the next time we come back together we're starting to achieve some fluency. About halfway through the rehearsal process, we've got 4 weeks on Dolly, we start to feel like we're in a position to bring things back together. So we can start to assemble music, scenes, and some of the technical elements, perhaps sound, starting to feed into rehearsals, so that the actors again start to get a sense of the whole piece. Rehearsals can be quite intense, particularly if the material in the piece in the play is quite intense. I find that that's always tempered with an awful lot of fun, because if at the end of the day, making theatre is about playing, and I always feel that the best actors, the best performers are those people we can gather who have got the most playful instincts. They play for high stakes. They're prepared to go out there and fight for what their character wants, but it's a game, and so a lot of laughter in rehearsal.
Right, they're good, yeah.
I love them. They're Merrills.
Right.
And I nearly bought 2 pairs.